Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th episode of the Galloway and Isbell podcast. My name is Thomas Galloway. To my right, playing us in, is Evan Isabel. How are you, Evan?
Oh, I'm doing phenomenal.
Phenomenal, I like that. Okay, Noah Galloway is to my left. How are you, Noah?
I'm doing awesome.
He's doing awesome. Wow,
Yeah.
This is good. This is good. A lot of good feelings. Okay, in the last episode, we said we were going to talk about food, and we lied. We did a short little podcast. We got distracted. It's fine. That's the way these things go. But this podcast, we are actually going to talk about food. And actually, wait, what's happening here?
That's weird.
Okay. We just had a phone call on my phone that I am using to record this podcast. So it automatically paused it in the middle of our sentence or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to kind of have to make this work. Welcome back. We are talking about food. And like I said, where were we?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Something to
We
do
did
with-
intros and then got the call.
Okay, so we said we were going to talk about food. And how last episode we tried to talk about food but didn't actually talk about food, so we lied. But now we're actually talking about
yes,
food.
we're fooding it up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, a word from our sponsor. This podcast is brought to you by Morning Bell Coffee Roasters. Morning Bell offers a diverse and unique selection of specialty coffees and have direct personal relationships with their suppliers. A few weeks ago, I was in Morning Bell and I met a man and his son who accidentally bought a coffee farm in Honduras, and now he sells coffee to Morning Bell. Every morning I make a latte with my espresso machine for myself and whoever else happens to be around, and I always use Morning Bell coffee. It's always different, always interesting, and overall a great way to start the day. Visit Morning Bell at 111 Main Street in Ames, Iowa, or get their coffee at the Weeksfield Co-op or either Hy-Vee location in Ames. If you do not live in the Ames area, no problem. You can order off their website, morningbellcoffee.com, and shipping is free anywhere in the United States if you order over 2 pounds of coffee. And whether you visit the actual location or order online, let them know we sent you. They like hearing how new customers hear about their business, and it shows us and them that this sponsorship thing actually works.
Thomas, I have a question.
Yes.
What is the most interesting coffee you've had at Morning Bell so far?
Okay. I will tell you the most interesting thing I had. I had a nitro tea. Nitro something tea, and it tasted a lot like cinnamon. It was a cinnamon cold.
Wait. I'm pretty sure the question was, what was your favorite coffee, Tommy?
Right. Well, I'm telling you that they have incredible coffees and that they have this very interesting and unique tea that tastes like cinnamon, and it's cold, and it is very good. And I will get the exact name of it out to you guys on the next podcast, or maybe on this one if I have time to look it up.
Okay.
It's nitro, something infused, something like that. It's a tea. It's really
Is it
good.
chai?
It is.
I
It's
love
not.
chai.
I'm sorry, it's not. But this is very good.
Do they have chai?
I'm sure they do.
I bet they do.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Chai is amazing.
Okay. So, like I said earlier, I think that I have a list of food questions and food theories on this piece of paper. And we're just going to start off with favorite fruit. Does anybody want to hop on this?
Well,
Mango. 99.9% mango.
I had a mango this morning. It was excellent.
Mangoes are awesome.
Okay.
For me personally, I'd have to go with an apple because they're always consistent. But things like pineapples, clementines, grapes, strawberries have the potential to be better than apples. Just lots of times they aren't
Mm-hmm.
because you can't count on
It's
them.
it's really hard for not for apples, but for like those types of fruits to follow through, because they just kind of like leave it out, and they're just always like, man.
Yeah. Well, you want reliability. When you want to get some food in your stomach, you want to make sure you're going to feel good afterwards.
Exactly.
And so that's where the apple is the staple. That's the classic.
Exactly.
I'm going to say avocado.
Oh, I
And-
forgot
is that even a
avocados
fruit?
are
Yes,
fruit.
this is
That's a
controversial.
Fruit.
Dude, this is important because we were doing a podcast with an 8-year-old that we decided not to publish because it was an 8-year-old and he's the guest.
You're
And,
talking about 8-year-olds are geniuses. They're just bad with words.
well, not this one because he tried to tell me an avocado was a vegetable.
Well,
And he was wrong and I had to fight him. But
did you beat him? Like, not beat him, but like win. Did you win?
I
in the
won.
fight?
I won.
Okay, that's.
I think
Okay.
that's what that's saying.
so avocados, but more traditionally, I would also say an apple. If you made a list of the coolest looking foods in general to eat, like when people are eating them, I think apple's at the top, because you can kind of like you can have it in one hand, you can take big bites out, you can walk as you do it. There's not like a bunch of stuff to peel. Like you can just like, and then you can throw it super far when you're done.
And
like
contrary to popular belief, you can eat the whole apple.
Okay.
Other than the stem, I've actually accidentally eaten the stem a few times.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
like, you can eat the whole thing, and there's like the seeds inside.
Right.
You won't actually grow a tree in your stomach, but they will help your
Right.
digestion.
Right. Well, so that kind of I like that, but you miss a crucial part then of being able to throw it somewhere.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like you get more food out of it, but you lose the
Right.
quality of throwing an apple, and like
Correct.
you might need to do that sometimes.
Yes, I was on campus the other day and they were giving out free apples. On Monday when they're having this, most people were watching the eclipse, and I got 6 apples in
and
the
you
afternoon.
threw them at everyone?
I threw them by people. No, I threw one in the lake.
You ate 6 apples?
They were little.
Oh, okay.
There were 6 little apples, but I threw them all. I had 6 throwing opportunities to look dope, and I threw all of them.
But everybody was just looking at the eclipse. Right?
That's a good point. Well, I threw them high enough that they like saw it in their class real quick.
Question, did you almost hit anybody?
No, I threw them.
Dang it.
I don't think so, because I threw them like over trees, in the lake, things like that, like the little lake right over here.
That's more of a pond, but whatever.
They call it a
It's
lake.
Lake Laverne.
They were
Or
really
Lake-
intent on their alliteration. They wanted the Lake Laverne.
Lake Laverne.
Yeah, the pond Laverne doesn't have the same.
The dean of Iowa State University was like, "This is a lake, I swear. This is Lake Laverne."
Okay, let's move on to favorite kind of soup.
Favorite kind of soup. I like clam chowder just because clams are so weird.
Okay.
But like they're filling, and I'm pretty sure like amazingly healthy.
Okay, nice. Noah?
I have to go with like just a classic beef soup, but you have to get the broth from like beef bones, like real beef bones, not from the store out of a can because that's
Oh,
terrible.
true.
And just with some noodles, some beef, some carrots, onions, that kind of stuff.
Okay, nice. I'm not a big soup person. I will get it like if I'm at Panera or something. Like one of the, like they used to have, I don't know if they have it any longer, some kind of like chicken and wild rice type of deal. But normally I only eat soup when I'm sick.
Okay.
So that's where like just go classic chicken noodle.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a new addition to our podcast.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw in I think I'm gonna name it Hipster Tales,
Okay.
and it's gonna be like Dragon Tales, but hipsters.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna talk about when I went to Costa Rica, because we're talking about soup. You got me thinking, Hipster Tales. That's gonna be the intro. Hipster Tales. And so I went to Costa Rica this past summer, and I lived like right on the beach, right? And at this beach, there were like these little crabs that would walk around the beach. And one day, me and my little Costa Rican little brother, my little host family brother, we went out and caught a bunch of these crabs, and we brought them back, and Mama Tika made some soup,
Nice.
and it was so good.
Nice.
And that is the first edition of Hipster Tales.
Okay, cool. I like that. And one thing, while we have the opportunity here, we've already gotten a few prompts, like suggestions from people of things to talk about, and we will get to those. And when we do, we will shout out your name and like your Instagram handle, and then we'll say like blah blah wants us to talk about this. And if anybody else has any prompts, let us know. Text us in the meantime, whatever you want to do, get it to us, and we'll talk about it, and we'll shout you out and give you credit for your prompt. Mm-hmm. And that's just a good way to get some stuff going. May have a few more games or themes like Hipster Tales.
Hipster Tales. So do I get a shout out for Hipster Tales?
You get yes, Evan at Evan Broski on Instagram.
Yep.
Is that right?
Correct. That is correct.
Yeah, EVANBROSKI.
Exactly.
Right
That's
on.
exactly my Instagram
Handle.
Right on.
Okay.
That is such a weird handle.
Alright.
Yeah, that is
I have
weird.
something, this kind of goes hand in hand with fruit, but
Okay.
if there's a plant that would follow you everywhere you went,
Oh.
what would you pick?
That's so cool.
Noah K. Gallo.
Noah K. Galloway on Instagram.
So how many times can we plug ourselves?
I don't think we quite get the concept of this. Okay, this is specifically for listeners, but now we have 2 of our 3 Instagram.
All right. Well,
That just means you're not getting in what is it? What are we doing?
the plant
Podcast.
thing.
Well, what is
Podcast?
it? No, we're not doing
Plant walking around.
The reason we're doing
Hypotheticals?
plugs. Hypotheticals. That just means you haven't given a hypothetical yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
You gotta
I have
have
a
a
bunch of
hypothetical.
questions.
Well, what if you had an aloe vera plant walking by you? Because I had some of that juice you showed us, and aloe vera it can heal you and you can drink it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What was the juice you guys saying?
I think you got some a few weeks ago, and then we tried.
Oh yeah. Aloe vera drink is so good. And if you had an aloe vera plant following you around all the time, you could just constantly be drinking aloe vera juice and be completely safe from the sun.
Yeah, that's a good point. Or you could just have like an oak tree and just be safe from the sun.
That's true. I would actually. I think I would do a redwood tree.
Redwood tree. Okay.
Follow me around.
Okay. I would have an apple tree.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Or an avocado tree.
Do they grow on trees?
Yeah,
No, I did not.
yeah.
I would have.
I have plenty more avocado information if anybody's interested.
Yeah, let's talk about
Sure,
avocados.
avocados. Yeah. This morning I had about 35 ounces of avocado, banana, almond milk smoothie, and it was the best smoothie I've ever had.
Okay, this leads us very nicely into my first food theory, okay?
Ooh.
And part of it involves smoothies. Okay, my theory is that some people prefer like smooth or creamy in most things, and then or crunchy or chunky in other things. So we have a few distinctions here. Peanut butter, obviously. Creamy versus crunchy. Do you dip or scoop your salsa? So dip, you just get a little of the sauce on it. Scoop, you get some like tomatoes and other stuff. Chunks in your smoothie. So I think this is more rare. Where so like I whip up most of my smoothie, and then at the end I just put in a few like extra blueberries, and then do it for like half a second. So they just get mixed in there. So I have like chunks of blueberries so like I eat it with a spoon.
Okay, I can dig it.
And I think that's like a less common thing, but whatever. I like it. And then chunks in spaghetti sauce versus smooth spaghetti sauce.
Okay.
And then like just your chocolate, do you have it smooth or do you like almonds or other nuts or whatever in there?
I can dig it.
So those are like the breakdown. I think like I fall in the category every single one of those. I like the chunkier / crunchy version of like spaghetti sauce. I get as much when I scoop salsa out. I get as much of the
Yeah,
chunks
I'm the
I
same
can.
with salsa. I'm the same with, what was it? Spaghetti. I definitely like stuff in my spaghetti because if it's just spaghetti, then it's boring.
Right.
But then salsa, yeah. Chocolate though.
Right.
Chocolate, I am a big proponent of creamy styled chocolate.
Exactly.
And here is why.
Yeah.
Chunks can not only mean delicious almonds inside of your delicious chocolate bar, but it can also mean not so delicious bugs.
What?
Not so delicious bugs.
Was that in Costa Rica?
No, that's everywhere. There's
Wow.
bugs everywhere frolicking around in your chocolate.
Wow.
And so if hypothetically you were to get a chocolate bar with almonds in it, you wouldn't be able to distinguish if you were eating almonds or bugs. But if you were eating a creamy one, you would know for sure that that crunch was a bug.
That crunch is bug.
What if you
Okay.
never had to worry about bugs or anything? Would you still take creamy?
That's a good point.
I'm starting to think my life is a lie.
Okay, so just real quick to run down, if you fit this theory, creamy or crunchy peanut butter?
Creamy.
Creamy, okay. So dip or scoop salsa?
Scoop.
Scoop, okay, so 1-1. Chunks in smoothie? This one we don't count super. This
I
is
like
not highway.
creamy. I need creamy.
So it's a smooth smoothie.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it is in the name of the thing.
Alright, ask me.
Wait, hold on, we're not done.
Smoothie.
Chunks in spaghetti sauce.
Chunks.
And then so we're not counting the smoothie one, so you're 2-1 for chunk. And then chocolate.
Smooth.
Smooth. Okay. So if we count all 5 of them, you're 3-2 more smooth. So basically, the theory failed
Aw.
on you. It worked on me. Noah. Okay.
It's not gonna work. Just go ahead anyway.
Okay. Creamy or crunchy peanut butter?
Crunchy.
Dip or scoop salsa?
Scoop.
Chunks in your smoothie?
No, it gotta be silky smooth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Chunks in your spaghetti sauce?
Yep.
Smooth chocolate or with almonds or other nuts?
Smooth.
Smooth.
Yeah.
So you're also 3-2. Okay. I'm very curious to see how people fall down these lines.
What were you thinking was gonna happen?
Well, I thought that it'd be like 4 and 1 either way. So you generally prefer things smooth, or you prefer things with chunks or crunches.
What about crispy or medium done bacon?
Well, we're getting there.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm very curious for the people out there at home. What do you guys prefer? Do you fit in one of these theories mostly, or are you right down the like you go both ways depending on what the type of food is? So just run through that one more time. It's creamy versus crunchy peanut butter, dip or scoop salsa, chunks in your smoothie of like fruit and stuff, chunks in your spaghetti sauce of tomato, or your chocolate smooth or with almonds or other nuts. I'm very curious to see where people fall on this. So, think about that and let us know. Okay. Second food theory. Noah touched on this a second ago. Okay, my theory is that how you like your bacon cooked might translate well to like also your toast and steak/hamburgers.
And whether or not you're a psychopath.
And whether you're not a psychopath. Okay. So, do you like your bacon? How crunchy do you like your bacon?
I might be ruining your theory again. I like both very much.
Okay.
And it is 50-50. I like a little bit of crunch,
Right.
and then I also like a nice meaty, gooey goop
Right.
of a bacon.
So, like on the same piece, or like on you just like different?
I like it
pieces?
on the same piece, actually.
Yeah.
I like it if I can, like, flip it in half.
Oh.
One half is goopy goop meat, bacon, and then the other half is crunchy, and then I can have, like, a nice little crunchy, gooey treat.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's like that could probably be done. That's feasible. I don't think many people like prepare it that way. So.
I get my, like in my sandwich, I'm like, can I get half of my bacon goopy, half of it crispy?
Okay. Noah, where do you fall on this?
It's kind of boring, but just medium.
Meet right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I'm more if I had to prefer like okay. I don't like when it's so crispy. In my opinion, when people have their bacon super crispy, it's like if you burnt your toast and scraped off the burnt parts and then ate the burnt parts. That's like what super crispy bacon is to me. Like you take all the taste out of it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Now some people like the texture and stuff, but to me it just tastes like chalk. Like whatever.
You
Anyway,
like chalk?
but,
Alright, guys, do you like your chalk creamy or do you like your chalk crunchy?
so if I had to fall like in a direction, like pick an extreme, I would take not done barely done.
Okay.
But yeah, I think most people would prefer somewhere in the middle, but that's not always how it works out. Okay, second part of this theory: how do you like your steaks/hamburgers/ just kind of like if basically anything you ordered at a restaurant? What would you? How would you want it cooked?
Medium rare.
Okay.
Medium rare. Okay. If it weren't like a factor that I might die from like some sickening food disease,
Right.
I would love to eat red uncooked meat all the time just
Really?
because it looks so cool in the cartoons. And that's what I based my ideology off when I was a kid, is that it looked really cool when the lion from Madagascar ate a full steak bone that was uncooked, and it looked so cool. But unfortunately we did not live in that world, so
Right.
I guess I have to go medium rare.
Okay, medium rare. Okay. And so once again, like for this theory to actually work, we'd have to have a hardcore opinion on the bacon. But I like mine more on the less done side
That's done.
than too well done.
Okay.
So this kind of falls in line also with my bacon. So basically these theories work for me and that's why I came up with them. But there's a good chance that they don't work for everybody. And that's why theories are theories.
Okay, can I test a theory with
Yes,
you guys?
yes.
This is one that I've been thinking about a lot. Well, I was thinking about a lot when I was a kid.
Okay.
Because I had to sleep with my sisters a lot, and I would notice that they would lay to one side more often than the other.
Right.
Do you guys lay on your right side or your left side, and how
Okay.
much of that is affected by your environment?
Okay. I tend to lay away from the wall.
Okay.
So it really doesn't matter which so normally I'm on my back or like I don't sleep on my side too much.
Okay.
But it'd be usually away from the wall, so it depends way more on the wall than any direction.
And you're saying
I just like to open. I like to look towards. I like to be leaning towards the open area.
okay.
I don't really know why.
Not that your room has one wall and the other side is open space
Right, correct.
to the outside world.
Correct. I'm not saying that.
You know, as a little kid, I oftentimes would tend to snuggle towards the left.
It's not good.
The cute left side.
towards the wall, but now it's like I'll be on my right side, be on my left. It doesn't really matter. I kind of switch it up. Sometimes get a little sore on
Okay.
the
Interesting.
side, yeah. So.
Now, if my bed is in the middle of the room, like the walls are equal distance from me on either side, then I don't know. That would be interesting. I've always just slept in my bed in a corner because my room has been smaller. So, anyway, that's interesting though. Like, so you have a theory? You trying to go somewhere with that, or
I was just trying to.
oh,
Go for it.
okay. I want to make a personality test and then ask you guys and also answer it myself, but it doesn't have a result. So it's just like it doesn't tell you what you are or anything like that. But it's just a bunch of questions like that one. What side do you sleep on? What would it take for you to send your food back at a restaurant? Different questions like that, which we won't answer right now. But I want to make a list of them, just like scenario-based questions. And you could strongly agree or whatever, like that kind of stuff. Or just say or we could just talk about it. But it would just be more kind of like your personality in certain scenarios, but we wouldn't really come to a conclusion. It would just be kind of like fun question to talk about.
Okay, that sounds fun.
So that will probably be in the future, like a different than some personality test. 16personalities.com. We got our own. Okay.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite bedtime snack?
Bedtime snack. Okay.
I try and stay away from bedtime
Okay.
snacks because I get a bad stomach ache if
Right.
I eat before bed.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Noah.
For me, this is good if you're trying to get some energy for the morning, but whole milk, cottage cheese, and lightly salted almonds are real go-to for me.
Oh, dude, my stomach would be destroyed.
Also bananas because they make you sleep better, I guess.
Really?
There's something in that.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well I don't know about bananas, but I do know cottage cheese. Cottage cheese has some science behind it as far as sleeping with it. As far as eating it before you sleep.
If there's anyone out there that would like to fact check that banana thing, because I'm not going to spend the energy on it as much as I am talking.
Yeah, but I do know cottage cheese. So you're at, but the banana. Oh, okay, he's doing it right now. That's the power of indignance.
Indignance. Ooh, would you like to explain what that word means? I don't know.
We kind of accused him of maybe not having facts for his banana part of it. So now he's the one that has the energy to look it up because he's upset that
he's upset about being wrong.
of us is saying he might be wrong.
Okay.
Bro, I'm 100% right. And I know
Okay,
it.
he's 100% right. Okay. We're at 23 minutes. I just want to see if there's other things I for sure want to ask. Okay, so some of this other stuff is food related, but it's more restaurant related, and I would like to ask those questions in the personality test.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that'll be next episode. It kind of depends how our lives go, also, because if crazy things happen we want to talk about, we'll just talk about those things.
Okay.
But do you have anything else? What happened
Yes.
to the banana thing?
The potassium and potassium and magnesium are natural muscle relaxants, and bananas are a good source of both.
Dude, I've been taking magnesium and potassium vitamins every morning for the past 5 months.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Okay, well, that's a good place to end. This has been the 5th episode of the Galloway and Isbell podcast. Signing off, my name is Thomas Galloway.
No Galloway?
Evan Isabel?
Evan Isbell. Evan, play us out. Nice. Alright, that was really fun, guys.